Am I the asshole? For telling my mom I'm staying with dad full time until I don't have to share my room. I live 1 week with my dad and another with mom. They divorced 3 years ago and my mom has been dating John for a year. John and I don't hate each other but not close. We all live in the same town as most my dad's side of the family, so other than my music lesson I also hung out a lot with my cousins and didn't spend a lot of time around John. A month ago John and his daughter Trisha moved in temporarily into my house because there was a fire at theirs. My house has 2 bedrooms, so Trisha has to stay in my room. My bed is a bunk bed because I was getting a sister but my mom miscarried. Trisha and I hung out only a few times before this, but I can say the same about her and John. The first don't hate her, but she turns out to be hard to live with. She has long hair and her hair is everywhere. She talks in her sleep and I was woken up 5 or 6 times since her stay. She also sometimes tried to speak to me when I already turned off my lamp, a sign that I was going to sleep. I talked to my mom and she said I needed to be nicer to her since she's been through a lot. That my issues were just minor inconveniences. That Trisha would be back at her own home soon in late January. I talked to my dad and he said I could just move in with him until Trisha leaves. I then packed my bags and told my mom I'll be staying at dad's. She blew up at me, saying what a spoiled brat I am and that I'm making John and Trisha feel horrible for imposing. I just left. It's been a week now and my mom never reached out to me. She dropped my Christmas presents at my grandma's because my dad and I would celebrate Christmas there. I don't think my mom can get the law involved because I'm 15 and I just have to tell them the living situation and they should understand. Besides, it's only till I can have my room back again. Still, am I the asshole? Info: Did you talk to Trisha about any of this? Aside from the sleep talking, you've listed some things that are pretty minor and could be addressed through a friendly conversation. Not the asshole. If you've got space at your dad's, why not? Nah. Trisha is acting like a typical tween. You're reacting like a typical older teen. Go chill at your dad's until you have your own room. You shouldn't be sharing a room with someone who's mostly a stranger to you unless it's by your choice. Not the asshole. You gave it a shot and it didn't work. Your mom is bitter about it, but you found a solution because she wouldn't. Staying with your dad until they leave is a good option. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. This seems like a perfect reasonable arrangement for you to stay with your dad. Her reaction is odd behavior though. Not the asshole. You haven't offended anyone and you merely moved with your dad for privacy, as you aren't close to them. Not sure why people are calling you otherwise. Not the asshole. My guess is they were test driving this as a permanent solution if they get married, and your mom's big reaction is in part to realizing that you won't accept that. Not the asshole. It is very thoughtful of you to allow her to have her own space while she is waiting for her own home to be repaired. Phrasing is everything. Doesn't homeowners insurance cover temporary accommodation in the case of fire? Could mom be hoping that this is stealth moving in together permanently? This has to be bullshit. My bed was a bunk bed because I was getting a sister but my mom miscarried. Babies don't sleep on beds. Lol, it's also such a random piece of info to throw in there. Not the asshole. Also, if contractors are involved in the repair of the burnt house, add on 6 months or more. Not the asshole. I feel for Trisha, though. She's not your responsibility, so don't feel bad about leaving BC. You don't want to share a room with her, but any kindness you can show her will probably be greatly appreciated. Heart. Not the asshole. Your complaints are valid, though at least some of them could have been solved by talking to Trisha, and you have a clear and simple solution that you took. Your mom, however. Yeesh. Nah, house fires are traumatic and your stepsister is probably looking for connection. However, as someone who had their space hijacked on the regular with relatives coming in and out, it's pretty dang frustrating. Not the asshole. Your solution seems the most comfortable for everyone involved. Way to go, mom, for acting like a mature adult. Yes, it's a bummer for mom, but she also could have just sucked it up and handled things better. Not the asshole. No, OP is not the asshole. This is not forever anyway. Just until she has her room back. Not the asshole. If you phrase it as you're going to stay at your dad's place while you lend your room to Trisha since she's in a difficult situation, you're being generous and helpful. Not the asshole. She is very wrong to blow up at you. Your sleep has been repeatedly disrupted and you have no privacy. That's not the child's fault, but it's not yours either. Don't be guilt-tripped into leaving your dad's. Stay where you are comfortable. Not the asshole. It sounds like a win-win situation to me if I was a teen. You each get your own room now, problem solved, woman shrugging, like you said, it's only until they move out. Unless they're not planning on moving out, and that's why your mother is so upset. And since it is temporary, I think that makes sense, although it could get permanent someday if they get married. I would say though your father should have had this convo with her, not put you in the position of doing it. Nah, but it would be nice of you to find a little empathy and be kind to Trisha when you do see her. Losing everything in a fire is dramatic, I've had that happen before. Not the asshole. And the fact that your mother cut contact with you when you didn't accept her imposition shows that she's a bad mother and doesn't care about you and puts her BF and his daughter's feelings first. Not the asshole. Your mom was trying to do something nice, but you expressed your problems to your mom. They were not heard. You came up with a temporary solution. Not the asshole. She just proved to you her BF and his kid are more important than. Your mom should have had a talk with her BF. She's in your space. I'm sorry parents don't understand. Not the asshole. Your mom is mad because this is a test run for John and Trisha moving in permanently, and you aren't interested in playing nice. Not the asshole. I'm not sure why your mom needs to make a big deal about it. This seems like the perfect solution for everyone involved. I would imagine Trisha would be happier not sharing a room as well. Everybody deserves a room to themselves. Nobody is really the asshole here though. Did Op's mom let her father know that she's moving an adult male into her and Op's home? Maybe that's why Op's father asks her to come live with him. Maybe he had no idea till OP contacted him. He probably knows nothing about this guy. Not the asshole. Your mom just decided to move her boyfriend, not husband, and his daughter into your space and they are imposing. And if that's her choice, then fine. You're not doing anything wrong to choose no thank you, and go live with your dad. Not the asshole. Not much justification here. Your mom is trying to force building a new family dynamic down your throat. In no way, shape or form should you swallow the shit she's feeding you. You're the asshole. Being inconvenienced for a little while because of a family emergency is expected. You throwing a hissy fit and acting like you're so much better than everyone else shows your true colors. Just leave and don't come back. Your mom sounds like an asshole. She can deal with you not living there for a few months. I'm not sure if the courts will allow that, but I hope you're sleeping better and have less stress in your life. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your actions are reasonable. Trisha gets some space, as do you. Your mother's reaction was over the top. This sounds like a short-term temporary thing. Not the asshole. I suspect that this arrangement was never intended to be temporary, at least for the mom, and OP is disrupting her plan to get dude to live permanently as one big happy family. I can't get over I got a bunk bed cause my mom was expecting. As if the kid wouldn't be big enough to sleep in it for 3-5 years lol. Weird. But very complicated legally. Not the asshole at all. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Not the asshole. You leaving is just minor inconveniences for your mom. Nah. It's reasonable for your mom to want to house her partner and his child after a fire. It's also reasonable for you not to want to share a room. Your dad probably should have confirmed with your mom first before he agreed. Sometimes I have to take a Reddit break. The opportunity to quickly tell someone to break up, your parents hate you are being manipulated, etc. is too great. Reddit love misery and thinking the worst right away.